Hello everybody, it is FstMario here, and in today's episode of Helmet Heroes Reborn, I have finally started the long-awaited series of showing every single class 1 to 20, and kind of the ideal way how to level them, any pros, cons, strengths, generally everything you will want to find about the class that I'm going to be presenting will be in this video for Warriors. And I will have a Mages, Cowboy, and Archer one coming up sometime this month, hopefully. But for now, you can enjoy the background gameplay, which has been sped up, just so it's not very, you know, I don't really want you to be bored. It's just, it's just gonna be very slow walking and killing stuff. He had some stuff on him already at the spawn, which I just kind of equipped, which doesn't matter too much. And I also pre-bought him all of the best warrior gear that was out at the time of the video. I don't actually equip the gear until I am invincible to every single type of bouncer. So it's not a huge issue that I have all of those, as you can see there. I just kind of did it to give myself a boost to level up more, to level up faster and kind of get the footage and not have like a 1 hour long video of me just killing the same thing over and over in the same pattern. I know that can be very boring. But, so, more or less, what I think we should move on to is the strengths of the warrior class compared to every other class. So, the one thing that I have always loved about warriors is it's very straightforward. You're a melee and you have high defense and decent attack, sometimes maybe even really high attack. Honestly, I do really like melee a lot. If I wasn't a mage, I would probably be a warrior. I don't really like range classes too much personally, but that's just me. I've got a very deep-standing hatred of cowboys, and I would love to rant about my dislike of them. But the one thing about warriors is just they have high defense in their gear, even at a low level. It's just you kind of need to put on 2-3 pieces of like starter gear, and you're immune to everything at the start of the game. You need roughly about 200 final defense as a warrior. Well, as any class really, but you need 200 final defense to be immune to everything in the game currently. And with a warrior, you can do that by even earlier than level 10, which is actually pretty awesome if you have the money to do it. You can do it from drops alone, if I remember correctly. So other than that, as for the warriors, I wouldn't say it's really a strength for them to be short-ranged. I mean, of course, if you're up close and personal, you do way more damage. That's kind of how it should be working in any, sane MMO sense. But generally, because they are not able to hit any monsters from far away, they can be out-farmed very easily. And generally, if you have shared areas, you don't want to be out-farmed by like cowboys, who are probably the best class for farming right now, and archers, and even mages once they have their projectiles up, which I'm also going to be showing in another video, hopefully. But as you can see here, I just kind of upgraded my gear a bit with the money that I got, so I just do a little bit more damage now. It's the one thing that I kind of do like about warriors again, is the gear's cheap and you get like substantial boosts at the early game, which makes you immune to a lot of things, and that's a lot of classes don't have that high defense to be immune to things. It's just that right now there's only really a few monsters in the game that you can kill, so I completely understand if someone's like, oh, the only thing they have for them is the high defense. Once we go later on, it's going to be harder. Like, sure, that's I guess how it's going to work, but that doesn't mean there's anything stopping you from maybe wearing like a warrior helmet or like a warrior chest plate to just amp up your defense as any other class. Because most of your attack's going to come from your weapon anyway, as opposed to your armor, so it's not really a huge issue for warriors. For any other class, if they just steal warrior items, which again, it puts warriors even further down. Wow, that's a bug. But yeah, as much as I do love warriors and I'll sing their praises, they only have the strength of having very high attack and defense, but at the cost of course, just not having the range. It's kind of self-explanatory for how warriors generally work in any MMO kind of game. As for that, those are really the only strengths and weaknesses that I can currently think or kind of conjure up about warriors. I mean, we haven't yet to see what skills they'll have. As we know from the original Helmet Heroes, they had no long-term skills, and they had no skills which would allow them to kill anything from long distance. It was all completely just power attack in front of you, power attack in front of you. So again, it doesn't actually matter what skills they have right now, unless they have a skill that can be long distance. It will completely change how you can play as a warrior. And the reason why I say it'll completely changes is Robbie actually has a idea in mind to make it so MP is used for all classes in a more reserved way, rather than having your entire, like for mages, instead of just using MP to attack all the time. You use your MP and you use your mana points for skills and special attacks. So I think that's the one. Honestly, it's pretty awesome if that does come to life. And again, if warriors have special attacks for long distance, it means they could be much better at farming. Although at that point, they'd probably just start feeding themselves some bananas, or to get their MP back, because food's been added to the game now, and I finally have high HP. But as you can see here, I'm still in this area around the training grounds. I personally prefer this area at the start, once you have that small immunity to every single walker and bouncer, apart from the red bouncers, because you can go back and forth and kill different kinds of bouncers, which just makes it very easy to effectively farm and level up. Whether you need to kill the regular bouncers, and then you have to avoid the walkers, but it's still just one of the best starting areas to get those levels. But again, this is right next to the shop, and this is right in the beginning, so it's going to be completely crowded. And if you're a warrior, then you're probably not going to farm well, because you'll be out-farmed. So that's this current tangent over. I guess for now, I'll let the music, play a bit louder, and I will be back once I go into the Bouncer's Cave. So I will see you there. So as you can see now, we are going down into the Bouncer's Cave from the other entrance. And there's the bottom there that you can't attack. And then I died right there, actually, which I didn't realise I could actually take damage from them. Right now it's kind of bugged where as you die in the Red Bouncer's Cave over there, you get teleported all the way to spawn. So that will be fixed within like a few patches, hopefully. But the main thing is, in the Red Bouncer's Cave, again, as a warrior, because you have to go up close, you have to attack them personally, so you take more damage easier. But again, I think right now I'm a fairly low level for what I should be killing, and I've purchased the things that could make me a bit stronger. And once I took 0 damage, like I showed you with the paper bag and everything, I just switched to my good gear, because that would allow me to just farm more effectively. See right there, level 11, and I was immune to them without even the top gear in the game, which is honestly kind of crazy for a for a warrior. But I guess I'll switch to the next clip shortly, which is just kind of showing other players and going around the map and showing different parts of the Red Bouncer's Cave again. In this little clip that I have right here, it should actually show the Bouncer's Cave yet again, and kind of how much damage it would take to farm them. But yeah, I don't really have much else to input for the warrior gameplay. I did want to just leave the rest of the gameplay kind of muted, and to let you enjoy the music as you just kind of watch me grind, farm, and level up in different various ways. I didn't actually get every single level up past 13, I believe it was, but I did screenshot my stats every single time I leveled up from 14 to 20, so I believe I'll put those on the screen at some point within the next clip, most likely, just so you can kind of see where my stat distribution was. I have no problem doing that, but as far as that's the way, I would just mute up again and let you enjoy the rest of the music as I put the things on the screen. So I'm actually in the final levels for the warrior to level 20. I'm sorry if I if I cut a few levels. It's just that after about level 13 or so, or 14, when you get your certain gear, you become more vulnerable. Even level 10 you could do that, because warriors have high defense, but I just didn't want to kind of have 20 minutes, not even 20 minutes, maybe up to an hour of just grinding. But unless you actually want to see just like extremely long, you know, fast-paced grinding, I can speed up the video so it's not like a slow, exaggerated swagger of a black teen here. I can do that for sure. But as for that, I've just hit level 20, as you can see there. I'm just trying to see the minimum amount of attack it would take for me to kill these. So I hope you did all enjoy this warrior kind of tutorial, my personal opinion on the warrior class. I will be doing an archer, a cowboy, and a mage video just like this, but because of a bug that is currently happening, which I can put on the screen, the warriors are actually the only class that are able to attack anything in the, like any red bouncers. So it would end up with me having to kill green walkers as level... I mean, I did it before to kill green walkers at level 20, but it's just a very, very long process, and I would rather, you know, kill red bouncers to do it. So, other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one.